So today I want to share with you one of my favorite quinoa recipes. What I'm using today is actually a quinoa and millet and buckwheat mixture. You could of course just use quinoa if you wanted to, but this is what I have on hand. So I'll kind of walk you through as I make it, and I'll give you some maybe meal ideas at the end for how you could use this throughout the week.
So the first thing that I do with my quinoa is I rinse it, and you might notice that when you put it in water, some grains will float and some will sink. That's normal. It's just dependent on the density of each individual grain, but there's nothing wrong with either the grain that floats or that sinks. But basically just make sure that you really get this rinsed well, because grains can be pretty dirty. So do whatever you need to do to get them clean. Then I get a pot of water boiling. Once it's boiling, then I add the rinsed quinoa in, and then I will leave it uncovered and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes are up, I will turn off the heat, and I'll just put a lid on it and let it do its job. You'll see that after another 10 minutes after you open the lid, it will have soaked up all the water and will be nice and soft and fluffy. So then I just let it cool a little bit in the pan, and then I add it to a mixing bowl to let it cool completely. And once it's not hot, then I'll add all of my seasonings and my salsa. So down below I'll put about roughly what my measurements were for this time that I made it, but honestly it's a little different every time. I just kind of do this, like I'll just mix everything up in between my additions of different spices, and I'll taste test it and add a little more, whatever I think each time. But really you can add just about anything here. I mean, you could stop here with the salsa and the spices and it will taste great. But if I have other things on hand, then I kind of like to add some maybe lime juice, some black beans, corn, and then some fresh tomatoes, some cilantro, anything that kind of has that Southwest flavor to it. Any kind of onion will do. This time I had green onions on hand and red onions, so I added both. And then this time I also had some crushed pineapple, so I added that for the first time. But basically just mix everything together and give it a taste.
So once you've got it all mixed up, you can either chill it and eat it cold or heat it up. You could just eat it how it is, or if you prefer it to be cold, you could add some chopped fresh avocado. You could add some shredded cheese. Maybe you want to eat it with some corn chips, almost like it's a salsa. You could add it on top of lettuce as like a salad topping. I'll add down below a recipe for a Greek yogurt dressing that I find to be pretty tasty with this recipe, and actually I like it added whether it's cold or hot. So sometimes I'll warm it up and eat it just plain and add this yogurt dressing, or I'll add some protein. Like last time I had just some shredded pork in the freezer that we had left over from making barbecue pork sandwiches, and I just had some left over and shredded it, mixed it in, and then I also added that Greek yogurt dressing, and I heated the quinoa mixture and the pork up, and then I added the cold dressing on top, and I enjoy that. But really there's so many different ways that you could eat this, and so you could make a big batch of it and then You could maybe meal prep or just have it in the fridge or in the freezer for the next time that you want to have it, and you could combine it into different recipes to your liking. So I hope you enjoy it. If you want to share in the comments below how you use this recipe and how your favorite way to eat it, that would be great, because I'm always interested in coming up with new ideas for how to eat this. So hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video.